Our next award goes to Fred Halpern. For most of us here, this Hall of Fame honoree needs no introduction, but what some of us may not know is how exceedingly generous he is. His efforts, particularly on behalf of the Multiple Sclerosis Society, are legendary. Fred is one of the most determined men we know. Even though he has seen his share of rough periods, he knew he would ultimately succeed from the minute he walked through the door of the jewelry store he acquired in 1960. That first store at the corner of Main and Broadway in East Chicago would lead to the debut of the flagship facility in Cherville in 2002, as well as the recently opened location at South Lake Mall in Hobart. Fred, who is now the co-owner of Albert's Diamond Jewelers, explains his simple philosophy of business when he says, "Nothing could stop me, and I wasn't afraid of failure. I've been broke many times, and nothing bothers me." In addition to his work for MS, Fred is also known as a fundraiser for the victims of AIDS and Parkinson's disease. Thank you, Fred, for your contributions and tireless efforts to help so many who cannot help themselves. I give you Fred Halpern.
Welcome to my party. It's kind of interesting, me being here and all these words about what a good guy I am. I can tell you, I'm just watching my wife in the middle of the night last night. We expressed a few words to each other, and maybe they weren't so kind. And I was talking to her about it. Look at all these people here for me today, dear. And she says, not all of them are that nice. So anyway, Ashley told me to say that, a wise man once told me, famous words from this wise man, quote, "I'll see you at Albert's." Do you get it? Okay, stay sparkly. All right. So, it's kind of interesting when you get up here, you don't have any notes, you don't have anything. My son said, "Do you have anything prepared?" And no. But I started out, everybody wants to know how you started out. Well, it was not that pretty. I inherited a store with 2 employees, and my employees, I had to ask them very nicely if you would wait to cash your check a little later than when it's written. And, it's good for you guys to hear this, because the water guy would come in and I'd be on my hands and knees and say, "Please don't turn off my water." Same thing with the electrical guy. I'd ask him, "Please don't turn me off. I can pay you eventually. I will pay you." And, obviously I'm here to tell the story, so obviously they got paid. But, this is 5 years. I want to tell you this is a true story. Why would I lie? I lived at home with my family for 5 years, and I never took a penny out of the store. So, people say to me, "Well, how do you do this?" And I said, it wasn't that easy. But the point there's a point I'm trying to make to you that if you try to tell everybody has to get paid before you get paid. If you want to do something, you have to have credibility. So it starts with taking care of, your help and all your bills. And then if you ever have any money left over, you should buy some more inventory. So I'm looking at my table here, and my beautiful son is there, my brother. I can tell you my brother would take a bullet for me. Charles. He would take a bullet for me, and I can't tell you how many times it came close to that. So there's, I got to tell you a quick story about, as long as I had the stage, what the hell. There's 2 occasions where, my life was in a little bit of danger. One of the fellows that was notorious killer, notorious, in East Chicago owed me some money. And I went up to ask this nice gentleman, I said, could you please pay me, what you owe me? He says, Freddie, I really like you, but I don't have to kill you. True story, another true story. So one of the young men I called him up for a payment, because that's what I did. I had took payments, waited on everybody, touched everybody, and within 5 minutes, he was in my store with a knife. And he said, and I'm fighting for my life. I've got his hand and my hand up there, and I'm trying to stop this thing, and that's a true story. The guy tried to kill me. I just asked him to pay me. All right. So, I hear Otis laughing over here, and Otis he's in all the commercials with us, and Otis used to be my competition, and unfortunately something happened where he ended up working with us, and how great I was and how lucky I was to have Otis, where I found out that, walks in my store, one of the greatest salespeople in the world coming to work for us. So we're blessed. Thank you, Otis. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm looking at my sonny boy over there, and I'm saying to myself, what should I say, son? Just give me something to say. And he says, Dad, I'm going to get plenty of things coming my way. So my sonny boy is doing a hell of a job. So anyway, we started with this thing about 2 people that I inherited that I had to ask for, and now we have like 150 people working for us. So we have tried to do our share in hiring people, and as I drove up here, I saw 2 signs with my picture on them saying, "Stay sparkly, my friends." I said, Josh, it's a little bit of overkill. I would like to leave you with something that really makes sense. And all I can tell all you young people is, if you're thinking about making a career out of working, I never thought about making money. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I never thought about making money. Money was never my object of being in business. I came from a home where everybody wanted to be at our house. I have no idea. I guess my mother was a great cook. They could smell it from all over, and there were always extra people at our house. And I think, when I think about, how this thing happened, and, when you come to our store, I think it's like a party. I go to a party every day. Is that amazing to be able to go to work and have a party? That you absolutely love what you do, and you love the people around you. So all I can tell you people is try to set a good example. I tried to make my parents proud, tried to make my children proud, tried to make my grandchildren proud now. So, and I don't know how I make you guys proud, but thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to me, and thanks for the great honor.